What's up guys, Carmine here, back again for another House of the Dragon review, this time for episode 10, the finale, and it just feels unreal. It's gone by so quick. It seems like just yesterday that episode 1 premiered and we got that really cool orgy scene where we saw that woman's asshole for a minute. For those of you who don't remember, here's an artist's interpretation of it, since I can't really show the clip. But yeah, it's been a long road getting from there to here, and here we are. I just want to thank everyone who stuck by me this past season and joined me in the comments section or on social media or watched and liked the video. Thank you so much, I appreciate you. But episode 10, it was an interesting one. Someone in my non-spoiler review said I don't know what the word interesting means. Well, it's actually a word YouTubers say when they don't know how to feel about something, but this time I really mean it. It was a very interesting episode with lots of great moments, great performances, but some very weird decisions here and there. And we also got to talk about that final scene because man, oh man, was that super interesting. Let's get into it. Before that, this video was brought to you by War Planets Online, the fantastic real-time strategy MMO now available on your mobile device and PC. If you're watching this video, chances are you like the crazy battles, alliance building, and tactics you've seen on Game of Thrones. Well, now's your chance to experience that, but with awesome tanks. Plan your strategy, recruit commanders, and order your army to combat both AI troops and other players, all while you build up your own forces. Persistence is key here, and if you've gathered enough troops, tanks, and helicopters, you can conquer key cities like New York, Paris, Moscow, and Tokyo. And if you're a fan of multiplayer, then you're in luck because you can even join in with other players online to team up against your enemies and break them. But be aware, with the battlefield ever changing, these alliances can be as easily broken as the enemies you defeated together. Right now, War Planets Online are celebrating the 40th anniversary of one of the best and my favorite Stallone films ever made, Rambo: First Blood. John Rambo is joining the game on a special mission to guide the players through the secrets of warfare and lead the way through the First Blood chain event and help players become a one-man army. And on top of that, War Planets Online is giving away a $100 Amazon gift card to brand new players, and the first 40 players who download the game now and reach level 10 in-game by November 10th are guaranteed to win. Winners will be announced on November 25th and contacted in-game. And if you use my link in the description or scan the QR code on screen to join, you'll get 4,000 T1 army units and 4,000 medals for an even bigger head start in the game. So what are you waiting for? Head on over to my description below and click my link or scan the QR code on screen to join in on the fun today with War Planets Online. And thank you to them for sponsoring today's video. So first things first, did I like the episode? Yes, I did. It was great, and I would say it's easily in the top 5 best episodes of the season, maybe even top 3, which is a video for another time. But what makes this one so good is that we have so many great scenes, probably the most in any episode this season. Because as much as I would say episode 8 was the best one, Viserys walking in and Daemon helping him, great moment, but that was probably the only moment in the episode I liked. Here, there's like 3 really great ones. Specifically, Sir Eric coming in and giving Rhaenyra Viserys' crown, such a fantastic scene. And what makes it even more amazing is Daemon's reaction to it and the music. Ugh. Now, I hate to say this, but the soundtrack for House of the Dragon so far has not been that great. It's not bad, but none of it has really been memorable like the Game of Thrones Season 1 soundtrack was. I would say the only song that really stood out for me from this show so far has been the Rhaenyra theme, which, I can't really play here because HBO gets mad about that, but you know the Rhaenyra theme. It's the one that goes like, ha, 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 ha. You know the one. It comes on every time she does something cool. But this episode, the song that plays when Daemon puts the crown on her head while Sir Eric says his vows, my god, it's so fucking good. Here's a behind the scenes look at the guy making the song, and oh, Jesus Christ, look at that. God damn, might as well be. The second best moment in this episode, and the most hilarious one in the season by far, even though it's unintentionally funny, is the peace terms given by Otto on the walkway. Now, Alicent is most likely making all major decisions at this point. She's Diet Coke Cersei, and she, for whatever reason, decides to send the one person that both Rhaenyra and Daemon hate the most, her father. That's fucking hilarious. Imagine, if you will, you're the leader of a country, and your country's about to go to war with, I don't know, Israel, and you decide to send Kanye West, of all people, for peace negotiations. The one guy they wouldn't be too happy to see right now to de-escalate things. That's kind of what's happening here. Why would Alicent send in the one guy both of these people hate the most? She's either the best comedian ever with a sick sense of humor, or hates her father, and this is a strategic move. Or both. I hope both. But I absolutely love this scene, especially when Otto gives the reasons on why Aegon is king, and that's that. You know, he wears the Conqueror's crown, sits on the Conqueror's chair, wields the Conqueror's sword, fucked his own sister like the Conqueror, was anointed by the church guy. There's no takesies-backsies here. He fucked his own sister, and after that, it's either you become king or you move to Alabama. There's no in between. And of course, we have to talk about Aemon killing Luke. I'm still on the fence about this because on one hand, I like that Aemon isn't this anime villain. He isn't generic bad guy and things got a little out of hand. These things happen all the time in Game of Thrones history. One moment you're fucking your nephew and the next you're blowing up half of King's Landing and killing thousands. Accidents happen. But on the other hand, This is House of the Dragon, not House of Misunderstandings and Accidents, and that seems to be a lot of what's happening here. But I do like how it comes back around to what Viserys said early in the season about how we don't really control the dragons and they're a power we never should have messed with. I have a whole video on it, definitely check it out. I think one of the things I don't like is the reaction he has. He knows he fucked up, but the reaction after the fact is everything. I'd rather he have that Henry Cavill Witcher moment where he just says,
fuck.
But instead, he's freaking out like he broke the TV and mom's gonna be home in 5 minutes. There's a difference here. But this is actually the question I'll pass off to you guys. How are you on the whole Aemon killing Luke being an accident? I'll put up a poll on YouTube and let me know your thoughts on there. The other thing that I liked was seeing Storm's End, finally. You guys know me, I say it every time, I'm a lore nerd, and this was awesome. For those of you who don't know, House Baratheon is my favorite house, and they have really cool lore, specifically for their main castle here, which is basically the first Storm King built it as an act of defiance against the sea and wind gods who kept tearing it down over and over again. Bran the Builder, who helped build the wall, was also rumored to have helped build Storm's End, and I always imagine it looking like this crazy castle with this large tower that's supposed to look like a giant fist reaching into the sky, which is how it's kind of described in Clash of Kings. But here, it kind of looks like a giant cock. Seriously, it looks like a giant penis, and okay, I'm not even mad over this because I guess it kind of conveys the same message of defiance, I guess, except, you know, more phallic, but whatever. The last things I wanted to talk about was Daemon's scenes, kind of. I have a whole video on what's going on with him, but I'll repeat it here. It does feel like they have a bias against him. I understand why he reacted the way he did when he choked Rhaenyra. He has this darkness, the showrunners said, and it floats to the surface every now and then, but I would have loved to have seen him react the way they originally intended, yet they moved that scene around to have him break down over the death of his child instead. Because in the original scene, he was supposed to have break down on the beach once Rhaenyra told him that Viserys never really truly trusted him or considered him the heir. Once again, it's a weird editing choice, but whatever. The other thing I wanted to mention is that it still feels like this, even after watching the episode 3 times, it doesn't feel like this is the finale. It feels like this is the 9th episode and that there was another one filmed where we get to see everyone's reactions to what happened and the setup for next season. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just something I can't shake. George R.R. Martin said that they originally wanted to do 12 to 13 episodes, but held off on it because all that setup would have bored the casual fans, and he's kind of right, kinda. The casual fans are king in this scenario, and if they're bored, they're likely not coming back for the next episode, and they are a majority of the viewership. You actually saw an example of this when local barbarian podcaster Joe Rogan mentioned how he stopped watching the show once they switched the 2 actresses to the older versions, so I can see why George and the showrunners were a bit worried on that front. But overall, I did enjoy the episode. It had a lot of great moments between the characters. Matt Smith's character specifically had some really good moments when he's crowning Rhaenyra, and then again at the walkway. I thought the CGI for the dragon chase scene was incredibly well done, and there's finally one other song in this show that stood out to me, which is, yeah, fucking phenomenal. But overall, it was a very entertaining episode all around. I really liked it. But guys, that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, let me know what you thought of the episode in the comments below. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out a lot. But once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Have a good one.